Looking into Parshas Yisro, so it says, "B'chodesh Rishon, going out of Mitzrayim, b'yom hazeh bo midbar Sinai." And we have to learn out from there that b'yom hazeh means Rosh Chodesh. So what's the idea behind it? Why couldn't the Torah just say be'echad lachodesh, the first day of the month, and we would know that it's Rosh Chodesh? So we have to understand what is going on over here. And Rashi explains also that it should be kachadoshim mamish. It should be like new. That you don't look at Torah as something which happened 3,000 years ago. You look at Torah as it was given today. So why does it have a connection with Rosh Chodesh? Every day you learn Torah is not even Rosh Chodesh. It could be any day. So why does it say? So what kind of connections they have to it? So the saying goes like this, that it says, Leimor, by Aseres Hadibros, is that Hashem keeps on learning with us. That whenever we learn Torah, Hashem learns with us. Is for every single generation. What happened by Matan Torah? Matan Torah was the first time that godliness came into the world. Beforehand, there was no godliness in the world. Godliness did not have an effect on the world. The only mitzvah that Avram got from Hashem, that was a preparation for Matan Torah, that was mitzvah Smilah. But otherwise, there was a decree that whatever was on top stayed up. Whatever is below stays below. No connection. Do mitzvahs, do whatever you want. Serve me whatever you want. But it had no connection to the world. Matan Torah came, Hashem said, Vayed Havai al Har Sinai. He was the first one that came down. That means he broke the ice and came down. And then there had to be that we elevate ourselves also to be a vessel for this godliness. So what happened by Matan Torah? What happened by Matan Torah, there was a revelation which was higher than time and place. And therefore, time and place did not take an effect. Time and place did not take an effect. So that means it was such a high level that can connect God with the world and the world with God. Because there's no difference. And what do we see also by Matan Torah? Va'akol nishma, it was heard to all corners of the world. They heard the Matan Torah. It did not bounce back. They heard it. It was internalized. So we see in place also it was unlimited. There was no limit to godliness at that point. And in time, it says that the Aseres Hadibros included all times. It was higher than time and place. So it included all times. So sure, when God came into the world at that time, we weren't a vessel for it. We see that Matan Torah came. As soon as Hashem left the world, that means his Shechina left the mountain became a regular mountain. Nothing special. It did not really have an effect. The effect comes from us doing Torah and mitzvahs in the world and bringing godliness into the world. And that's why mitzvahs connect us to the highest levels, elevate the world to a much higher level, and also makes us a vessel for godliness. And that's the idea that you can make Torah as new and connected with Bayom Hazeh. That Bayom does not say Be'echad HaChodesh Sivan, or Chodesh says Bayom Hazeh any day. No matter where you are, you can become a vessel for the godliness which was by Matan Torah. And that is connected to that every single day it should be like new. And that when a Yid learns Torah, Hashem learns opposite him. What does that mean? That Hashem comes down into the world right opposite the person that's learning Torah. And therefore, that is much higher than Matan Torah. Matan Torah, the whole transformation came inside Hashem. Us, we learn Torah, so we're making the world, and we're becoming a vessel to Hashem's great revelation. That is by us learning Torah. So the transformation comes through us, and we are drawing down Alikus. So that is much greater. And that's why we can bring down the highest levels of unlimited revelation by learning Torah. And that's why it has an effect in every single level where we are. And no matter where we learn, we can learn in a way that Hashem is right before us and like something new. And as we see that Rosh Chodesh Sivan is the Levana is a small Levana, it's only a Nekuda. But we had to wait until Kaim Asira Bashal Musa by David HaMelech and by Shlomo HaMelech. He was the 15th generation of Matan Torah. Until the ultimate revelation, when the Levana will be as powerful as the sun. That will be when Mashiach comes. And another thing we learn from Torah, that Torah gives strength, and also it's a weakening. Torah, not only it's a strengthening to the Nefesh Alikis, but it's also weakening the Nefesh HaBahamis, the animalistic soul. By Matan Torah's Yarda Sina La'akum. By Matan Torah came down a hate towards all the nations. Who are the nations? Who are the Seinacha? That is the Guf. The Guf hates the Neshama. And that's why by learning Torah with Bittul, you weaken the Nefesh HaBahamis. So it has two opposites, the Torah that we learn. One thing is it gives strength to the Nefesh Alikis and a weakening to Nefesh HaBahamis. And that comes from the great revelation of Torah. And that's the idea. That before they came to Matan Torah, it says Vayisu Merifidim. What is Rifidim? Comes from Lashon of Rifrein Yadayim, the weakening of the hand. What was it? They had a weakening of learning Torah. Not that they went against Torah. They had a weakening in Torah. And when they Yisu Merifidim, they did tshuva, and they got the revelation of the Chodesh Sivan, which had the great revelation. And Dafke through Refidim, that strengthened their learning Torah. Because when they had a refrain, a weakening in learning Torah. So when you have a weakening in the Torah, you have a strengthening of the Nefesh Bahamis. So they did tshuva, they left Merifidim. So Be'ez Hashem, that will leave the Refidim, will leave the weakening of Torah and bring forth the ultimate redemption. Now, since Hashem is with us when we learn Torah, we should demand Mashiach. And Be'ez Hashem, he will be revealed. But the main thing is learn Torah with bittul, nullification, to God. And Be'ez Hashem, we will overcome all negativity, and will overcome all depression, and will overcome any anxieties by learning Torah. And Be'ez Hashem will come to the ultimate redemption when the Torah will be Torah Hashlema, the Levana will be as strong as the sun, and Malchus Beis David will be in the fullest glory. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach, forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach, forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe, King Mashiach, forever and ever.